Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Jules Kounde, as it has been reported that the Barcelona defender will miss Inter Milan clash. El Clasico return high but could be risky. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad. It has been reported that the La Liga club president, that is the Real Sociedad president, confirms that the Barcelona target Zubimendi will sign a new contract with them. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. With FC Barcelona quickly running out of defenders due to injuries, AS journalist Xavi Miguel has provided an update on the potential return of Jules Kounde. The 23-year-old defender was the first casualty of the international break for Barcelona as he picked up a thigh injury while playing for France against Austria. It was suggested that his recovery could take longer than 1 month, but much to everyone's surprise, Kounde was spotted in training last week itself ahead of the game against Mallorca. Ultimately, though, he did miss the matches against Mallorca and Inter Milan. And now, Xavi Miguel is reporting that there is no chance of the former Sevilla man returning to action in time for Barcelona's next UEFA Champions League clash against Inter next week. FC Barcelona lost the clash at the Giuseppe Meazza 1-0 on Tuesday night, which has left them staring at the possibility of another group stage exit from the competition. Having Kounde, especially now that Andreas Christensen is also out injured, would have been a big boost for Xavi Hernandez. However, as per the report, a return for the high-profile Champions League tie is not on the table. So as things stand, the Barcelona staff believe that they can have the defender available for the first El Clasico of the season against Real Madrid on October 16. But Xavi Miguel adds that bringing Kounde back to the encounter at the Santiago Bernabeu could come with a moderate risk of him suffering from an injury relapse. Kounde arrived at Barcelona this past summer from Sevilla and has quickly become a key part of Xavi's team, having done well, be it as a centre-back or right-back. The injuries have left the Blaugrana with just two senior centre-backs in Eric Garcia and Gerard Piqué, and the manager will be hoping to have Kounde back at the earliest possible. So it will be interesting to see whether Barcelona decide to risk a potential injury relapse by rushing him back for El Clasico in less than 2 weeks. Injuries have really been a big problem for us, this season. After the first international break, we had 4 players down with injuries: Kounde, Araujo, Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong. As if that was not enough. After disappointingly losing to Inter Milan this past Tuesday, the next day we started getting reports of Andreas Christensen injured, which came as a big blow. Frank Casey also injured. So it's just so sad to see the way our players have been down with injuries, and it came as a very bad time because this October is the month where we have the most number of matches to be played, and this is the kind of month that can define your season, where we needed our players to be fit and strong, but look at where we are. So Xavi have a lot of work to do. We have a lot to do. This if we don't take time, it's gonna be a disaster for us. So Kounde have been one of our best players. I think one of the best transfers have been Kounde as well, and he have done a phenomenal job. Even if playing as a right back most of the games, Kounde is still the best right back, best centre back, one of the best centre backs. I mean, he's too good. He's versatile, too good, and his injury came as a big blow for us, no doubt. So this report from Dario AS claiming that Kounde is recovering well and could potentially come against Real Madrid in the Clasico, the first Clasico of the season, that is 2 weeks to come. But the Spanish journalist Xavi Miguel is warning that it might be risky though for Barcelona to count on Kounde as early as the Clasico because he might not be that too strong. Yes, we know Kounde have made the miraculous comeback somehow to training because nobody was expecting Kounde to be participating in training, but according to what the journalist is saying, he's strong enough, but he will not be fit for Clasico. It might be risky though. He will not definitely play against Inter Milan for the second leg at the Camp Nou on Wednesday next week. But for the Clasico, it will be risky. So we just hope that Kounde can be fully fit before he starts playing games, right? Rather than risking him to play the first Clasico and, suffering a relapse, because we don't know what might happen. So better Barca should be cautious, keep Kounde to be fully 100% strong before they can return him to action. Of course, we know we have only two defenders now, that is Eric Garcia and Gerard Piqué at the center of the pack. And I think it's not a good thing just to have two of them, because if something happens, then we're doomed. So let's hope that Kounde returns as soon as possible. We're not even calling Ronald Araujo, because we know Araujo's own case is different. He went for surgery, so he'll be out for 2 months or 3 months. So let's forget about him for now. So Kounde, we hope that he returns. He has a speedy recovery and return to action earlier than expected. Then on to the next story of discussion. In the past couple of weeks, Martin Zubimendi has been touted as a potential successor to Sergio Busquets, who has been linked with a move to the MLS, that is the Major League Soccer, next season. However, it has been reported that Barcelona's aim to complete a deal for the 23-year-old may go in vain, with him set to pen a new contract extension with Real Sociedad. As a credible source within the club as possible, the news seems to be true. According to the latest information provided by Edition Gipokwa, Sociedad president, Joaquin Aperibe has confirmed that Zubimendi will sign a brand new contract with the club. Going by recent reports, it has been speculated that the Spaniard will sign a 2-year extension with his boyhood club, with a plan in place for him to stay put until 2027. Ultimately, this is unwelcome news for Barcelona, considering the in-demand operator is regarded as one of La Liga's best defensive midfielders. Since breaking into Real Sociedad's first team, in fact, the San Sebastian-born midfielder's performances have generated a ton of interest for all the right reasons. However, Zubimendi's commitment to Sociedad will not stop Barcelona, in their tracks to pinpoint the brand new number 6 next term in case Busquets bids farewell to the club. Vasco da Gama wonderkid Andre Santos, likened to the Blaugrana legend, has been likened to the World Cup winner and has been rumored to be tempted by a move to Europe. Furthermore, the club could find an in-house solution as well, with Nico Gonzalez potentially operating as a single pivot after impressing on loan at Valencia. Another name that could be marked as Barcelona's future defensive midfielder is reportedly Frenkie de Jong, provided he agrees to take a wage cut. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.